Hey house guests, welcome to today's BB15 updates and spoilers. Our house guest of the day is Clifford Valdez, and he wants to know who I was rooting for early on in the game and what I think of their gameplay up until now. Now, early on, first few days, I was totally like, moving company. Then by like the end of that week, I was like, hate them. So, specifically, I was really a big fan of McCrae and Nick. Nick obviously is not in the game anymore. I thought he played too hard too early. McCrae has turned out to be a disappointment. He just lies around and doesn't do anything, and he just hides behind Amanda. I don't think he's gonna have a chance of winning if he's up against Amanda in the finals, and I don't really want him to win anyway. I don't want Amanda to win either, but we'll see. So I'm trying to think of who else I liked. Candace, maybe? Love to see her come back on Thursday. It would be hilarious. But she's not very good at competitions, so I don't know how much hope I'd have for her. But anyway, moving on, and thank you for your question. I really don't want or need to know about Amanda's yeast infection, but I'm going to share the burden with you guys and just let you know that that's happening, so you're welcome. So Helen apologized to Amanda for the way that she talked about McCrae and Amanda's relationship when she was campaigning to McCrae. She was like, I'm so sorry, I want to be friends with you guys on the outside, and I'm sorry that I said that you are just like a bully and that he's a loser, blah blah blah, yada yada yada. And she's like, yeah, okay, whatever. So Amanda actually says, like, I don't even care about the money, I just care about being with McCrae. I don't think it's gonna last, you're gonna be really upset. So I could see Amanda wanting McCrae to win this over her, because he doesn't have any money anyway, and it's just gonna be really awkward when they get out of the house and she's like, buy me everything. So yeah. Okay, so Erin is really questioning Amanda's loyalty. This happens about 5 times a week at least, if not a day. But she's talking to Spencer and she's like, you know, if you win HOH next week, Amanda's gonna be up your butt. And he's like, yeah, I know. And she's all, as HOH, once you put up whoever she wants the replacement nominee to be, she's done with you. Which seems to be true. It seems like once the HOH does Amanda's bidding, she's off doing whatever with McCrae. She doesn't care about the HOH anymore. So I think that's very telling, and that should have been a huge sign to Erin weeks ago. This is her 4th HOH after all. But it just doesn't seem to sink in with her. So Amanda and McCrae were talking about how they want to break up Gina Marie and Erin. It looks like Erin really should be worried, but I think she has some time because they were saying that Alyssa should go first, and then if you think about 2, they're going to have to get rid of whoever comes back this week, or at least that's what they want. So it does buy Gina Marie some time, not that I want her to stay in the house, but whatever. So, Amanda was crying last night because she couldn't fall asleep. Word of advice, stop sleeping in until 2 p.m. and going to bed at like 6 in the morning. It doesn't work. So, that could be why you can't fall asleep at night. Yeah. So, today there was a very interesting conversation between Alyssa and Erin. They were kind of discussing like future plans, possibly working together in the coming weeks. And it seemed promising at first, but then they kept making these little jabs at each other, and it just seems like they just can't get along no matter what. So I don't know if they'll ever be able to work together. And then Helen came into the whole conversation and started crying and crap, and Erin was crying, and they were just crying at each other. It was like a big cry-off. So then Andy came into the whole thing. And it seemed like Helen was convincing Erin that Spencer does need to go, and Erin was like, I wanted him to go the whole time. So I can't really tell if she's just trying to put off the inevitable and be like, Helen, you're going, it's done, or if she actually does want Helen to stay. So they pull Andy into this whole conversation, and he's like, I don't like what's happening right now. I feel like you're threatening me, and I don't like it. Because they were basically telling him, this is Helen and Alyssa telling him, pretty much, if you vote out Helen, it's going to be Alyssa next, and then Andy. They're going to get rid of him, which is probably true. but he doesn't want to hear that. So he's getting very defensive, and of course, Aaron runs downstairs and tells Amanda all about what's happening. So Amanda storms up to the HOH room. She's like, why are you guys bashing me? She probably did her little hi. She does that whenever anyone walks in the room, and I can't stand it. And I know someone exactly like that I went to school with, and it's just the worst. So I'm sure she did that. But she was like, why are you guys bashing me? Blah, blah, blah. So they had a little bit of an argument, like almost a house-wide argument. And Andy was like yelling. This was the first time Andy has really been like, blah. So it'll be interesting if they show that on TV to see it play out. And I think they pretty much all apologized, except Alyssa like stormed out. She's like, I'm not talking to anyone anymore. I'm just gonna say whatever I want in the diary room. Sorry, that wasn't my Alyssa impression. I didn't really, don't judge me on that. So that's all I have for today. Tomorrow is gonna be exciting because someone's coming back in the house, and that's it. So until next time, much love.